Hey, this is Peter with Unlocking Immortality, and this is part 2 of 3 of repairing your posture. We're going to be talking about self-chiropractics and spinal cracking. So continuing from where we left off in the first video of deep breathing and stretching our spine and our lower core, we're picking up right where we left off, which was deep breathing while leaning back and twisting our hips. So after deep breathing for a while and stretching our spine, we may start to feel some grinding in our hips as we move, as we twist our hips. And so this next part is self-chiropractics to crack our hips, to crack our lower spine, and really if the part of our hips that it feels like it's grinding is our sacralum joint, is our SI joint, and that's just where it feels like the grinding or the tension is for me, if you wanted a visual. And so pretty much in the same pose that you were when you were breathing. So pretty much you're going to be in the same pose that you were when you were breathing, leaning back, leaning your core and your head back. But this time you're going to be twisting your hips forward. You're going to be twisting your right hip ahead of your left hip, and you're going to try to feel the grinding motion as you do that each time. It might be a side-to-side motion, or it might be a little sideways forward motion. Just feel it around until you feel the grinding and the tension. And yeah, as you do this, as you breathe deeper and as you crack your back, you'll be able to progressively lean back further and breathe deeper so that you can have more powerful and deeper cracks in your body for more relief and quicker alignment, stronger alignment. And so there's a lot of variation. As you lean back, you'll realize that you'll need more core strength, or you'll need more support in your stance. And what you may need to do is use your hands to support yourself. So you could put your hands on your glutes, on your inner thighs. And you could do it with one hand, preferably your left hand behind yourself, because when we're trying to align our posture, we're trying to balance our imbalance. We're trying to compensate for our imbalance, which most people have their left side ahead of their right side. So we're trying to undo that. So we want to put our our whole left side, our left shoulder and our left arm behind our body, and try to bring our right side ahead. But really, whatever feels comfortable. If we need to put both of our hands behind us as we do the breathing, as long as we can still feel the cracks, as long as we're getting cracks and the grinding, then we're making progress. So don't worry if you can't fully support yourself leaning back without your hands. Yeah, and after a while from cracking our spine backwards while stretching backwards, we'll need to stretch our spine forwards and rebalance it. So what we need to do is child's pose, where we get on the ground, we kneel on the ground, and we get ready to we kneel on the ground and we bring our core and our head forward. And as we do so, we want to flex our core, our lower core. And it might feel a little uncomfortable because these are new muscles in our core and new bones that we're just new feelings that we're dealing with. And so these underused muscles may not be strong enough to fully crack all the tension that we feel. So if you feel like there's a big crack that you're unable to get at the moment, that's normal. And as long as you're able to continue cracking and stretching, you'll be able to get to it eventually. And so after we've been cracking our spine for a while, our other limbs will also loosen up a bit, and they will be and we'll be able to crack and pop those joints as well. So we could be straightening our arms, flexing our arms, and we could flex and we can crack our elbows by doing that. And then we can also twist our wrists. Normally you'd want to twist your left wrist outward and your right wrist inward, but really you can do it anyway. And you can sometimes feel a twist in your wrist and kind of your whole elbow joint. So, and your hands. And this also works for your legs too. You can straighten out your legs to crack your knees, and by putting pressure on your feet at different angles, standing in different positions, you can also twist your, you can also crack your legs and your ankles. And some of the best, and so you'll be unlocking new muscles, nerves, feelings in your legs, in your hips, and your core. And it'll go all throughout your legs as well, so it won't just be near your hips in your thigh area. So you want to stretch out your leg. We want to make sure nothing's tight in our body so that we can properly align ourselves. So some of the best stretches are to do butterfly stretch. Stretches out your thighs, your hips. And then I like the lying quadriceps and ankle stretch. You can stretch your quads, and by bringing your knee up, you can get a more angled ankle stretch, so that you can stretch it better. Get more, harder and stronger angle. And then stretching your feet and your calves on the stairway and inclined surface, and standing on different sides of your feet, on the left side of your feet, to try and, it's all helpful to unlocking, to loosening your entire body. And so once you've cracked your hips and your spine enough, and you've stretched out your legs enough, then now you should be ready to crack your neck, jaw, and palate. And another sign of this is you may feel some tightness in your upper shoulder because your lower back has been loosened up, and your upper back wants to align with that, is what I think. So this is my experience. This is the second part of repairing our posture. The main self-chiropractic part. And if this works for you, please let me know. And this is just my experiences as well. If this doesn't work for you, I would try breathing a little bit more and trying to feel the grinding motion. And if not, you can contact me, and I'll do my best to try to help you get the feeling. But maybe there's also a chance that you don't have any joints to crack in your lower back. Maybe it is your upper back. And if so, coming up with new methods to crack my upper back eventually. So I'll be sharing that too. If there's anything that you didn't agree with, please let me know. I am very interested. And if you like this information, I'll be making more videos, like in part 3, where I go over the neck, jaw, and mouth stretches, pretty much going over what I've already talked about. But like and subscribe if you want more of this. I hope you guys get to grinding, get to cracking. Best of luck.